Excuse me. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. Today we're talking about bugs and insects, but we're not talking about motherfucking spiders. That's another video for another day. There's a high probability I don't touch that subject. I am deathly terrified of eight-legged monsters. Ugh. So, I have three conflicting, interconnected perspectives on bugs and insects. I'm going to break them down one by one. I'm going to start with, I'm a pagan. And so I have not only a respect for life, but I have an appreciation for all living creatures. And I kind of, in my religious practice, am connected to nature. I'm more specifically in tune to plants. One of my goddesses is Gaia, but I also interact with tree spirits. And sometimes I communicate with the Fae, but I'm very cautious in doing so because you have to be careful with the Fae. So, from a pagan perspective, I respect bugs and insects as living creatures. And to that end, I would say they have a right to live and exist and do their own thing. And as long as they're not bothering people, leave them alone. My second perspective, which is sort of related to my first one, which is interconnected but also somewhat conflicting, is just from an environmental perspective. You know, I have to live on this planet. We have to share it with other creatures. And insects are kind of good for the ecosystem, especially bees and ants and earthworms, you know, and beetles. Our agricultural economy would crumble if we didn't have bugs doing what they do underground, you know, doing their thing. And everything would fall apart if bees went extinct. We'd be fucked. We'd probably die 6 months later if bees went extinct. Or however long it takes for us to run out of food. So from that perspective, I'm also, you know, cautious about insects. You know, kill them if they're pests. You know, use pesticides or what, you know, all natural or whatever you use to keep them out of your crops, obviously, because we need food. But like, you know, don't just go around murdering innocent bugs, especially bees, because we fucking need them. My third perspective is the most conflicted and contradictory to the previous two. I hate bugs. I fucking hate them. They're disgusting. They're scary. They touch me and I scream. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be in the same room with them. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to acknowledge their existence. So, what do? How do I live with bugs as an entity, a living entity on this planet, knowing that one, as a pagan, I respect life, and two, as a human who depends on their contribution to our ecosystem? And I think I have a solution. And it is what it is. My basic, I guess you could pare it down to philosophy in regards to bugs is, if I'm outside and I'm in their habitat, as long as they're leaving me alone, I leave them alone. If I'm going to go on a picnic or to the, you know, the lake or wherever out in the wilderness, go for a hike, I'll probably spray myself with some type of bug repellent to keep them from, especially the mosquitoes, from biting me. And I'll do my best to avoid trees and tall bushes so I don't get bit by ticks, because they're nasty. But in the house is different. If I'm outside, more or less, I'm in their habitat, I leave them alone as long as they leave me alone. But if they're indoors, that's a death sentence. You come in my house, you will die. I bomb, I spray, I put out traps. If I see a bug, I squish it. If it's in my house, it dies. That is my rule. Period. And this goes for all bugs. Spiders, bees, fucking ants, I don't care. If it's in my house, it dies. It has no business to be in my house. It can thrive outside. So that's my little rant, if you will, on bugs and insects. I've got a couple other bug-related, insect-related video topics on my list of future topics. One of them are, what about the friendly bugs? I'm going to do a whole video on that. Basically, the bugs I like and the bugs I hate. And I'm also going to probably do something on bug collecting as a hobby. And maybe I'll do a video on butterflies, a separate video on butterflies, but that's all down the road. But yeah, that's my basic, I guess you could say, philosophy on bugs and insects. And I just use the word bug interchangeably. To me, spiders are bugs. They're all bugs. Creepy crawly critters are bugs.